Okay, so here we go. To me, it just seems, and I'm hoping you guys are going to see the same thing. I mean, sine squared is just sine squared, right? So my guess is the work I'm going to work on is on the left-hand side. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, this is just sine squared. What are you going to do with that, right? Not much. But it looks to me like I could do some algebra here, maybe. So I'm going to work on the left-hand side because I want to make sure that this side looks like this side. So I'm going to work on my left-hand side. Okay, any suggestions? So I'm going to try and simplify this, hoping that it'll look like that, okay? So think algebra. What would you do if these are x's and y's?
Change this here so we can.
To 1 over cosine? Yes, absolutely. Can I wait on that one? Not that you're wrong. You're completely right, okay? Completely right. I'm going to wait on that, okay? Yeah, let's just go this times this, right? Okay. And by the way, you're right. I'm going to do that in the next step, okay? You could have done it first, Sarah, but, you know. But it will. Okay, so I'm going to get a cosine theta secant theta minus a cosine squared theta, okay? And that is supposed to equal some kind of sine squared theta, okay? So, again, it said do some algebra. So there's my algebra. I just used the distributive property. I went cosine times secant and cosine times cosine, okay? Sarah, what do you want to do now?
Change this again.
Into, and I think you guys can see right here, if this becomes 1 over cosine, that's going to help us out, right? So let's do that. Let's change that into 1 over cosine. So I'll have a cosine theta times a 1 over cosine theta minus a cosine squared theta, okay? So all I did was I changed the secant into 1 over cosine, okay? So hopefully all that's going to just equal some sine squared theta, okay? Okay. Obviously. Cancel, cancel, right? Everybody good? Cancel, cancel. Boom to boom to. Let's see what we get. 1 minus a cosine squared theta equals a sine squared theta, right? Ah, there you go. So now we're thinking, hey, wait a minute, that's an identity, isn't it? Eli's thinking, okay, so that's got to be an identity. So we look at our little identities, Pythagorean identities. We look at the back of those, right? So we know if we look at our identity sheet, 1 minus cosine squared is a sine squared. So we've done it. Sine squared theta equals sine squared theta. All we have to do is get to the point where it looks the same. We've proven it, right? It's done. Smiley face. We did it. Yay. We're so smart, okay? Okay, example number 2. Am I going slowly enough? Did that seem okay? Okay, now this one's a little bit harder. The book actually showed this. So we've got a little bit of a hint at what the book did. So the book saw a fraction, all right? And anytime you see a fraction, whether you're adding or subtracting a fraction, think common denominator, okay? Think common denominator. Let's see if I got a better pen than what I have. Okay, I'll just use this one. So if I'm thinking common denominator, this fraction has 1 minus sine. So this one needs a 1 minus sine. This fraction has a 1 plus sine, so this fraction needs a 1 plus sine for them to have a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this by a 1 plus sine and a 1 plus sine of x, okay? So I'm working on the right-hand side this time, right? So let's see what I have. Okay, so if I rewrite this, I'm going to write what I have. I've got my 2 tan x secant of x is equal to, let's see, my common, I'm just going to write it down. Okay, just like any fraction. Go back to the board, do the obvious. I have 2/7 plus 3/7, then I write 7, correct? So my common denominator really is my 1 plus sine of x times 1 minus sine of x, okay? But on top, on the numerator, I'm going to have 1 plus sine, right? That's my 1 plus sine. And I'll have a minus 1 plus, another plus. Do you see where I'm getting the plus from? See the double negative? Because I get this minus with the 1, so I get a plus sine of x. You guys see where I get the minus 1 times a positive sine of x, okay? Let's see what happens here. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I like that. That's gone with that. That's gone with that. So what do I have on top? I did. That's plus. I'm supposed to add these. I did make a small mistake. My bad. My bad. I'll back you up. I know. I did make the mistake. That's a plus sign, isn't it? So I'm going to get a 2 sine. So on top I got a sine. I do. So I've got a sine plus sine over a 2 sine of x on top. Okay, the 1's cancel, but I got sine plus a sine, okay? On the bottom, I think I'll do some algebra, okay? I think I'll do some algebra, right? So if I go 1, I'll get a minus sine, a positive sine, right? So then I'll get a minus sine squared of x. Okay, so what I did is real quick, FOIL. That times that, that times that, that times that, that times that, right? And so the negative sign and the positive sign cancel. I just wanted to skip a step because I was going to run out of room. You guys see that? So I have my 1, I have a minus sign, positive sign cancel, and then I'll have my minus sign squared, okay? And hopefully that looks familiar too, right? Okay, does this look familiar? Hopefully it does. Yeah, isn't that an identity? In fact, 1 minus sine squared. 1 minus sine squared is equal to cosine squared, right? So this is so we'll have a 2 sine of x over a cosine squared of x equals. Now, the book does theirs slightly different, okay? I think for us, it might be easy for us to change maybe this. So we're going to do both sides, okay? We're going to do the left-hand side. I just did the right-hand side, right? Now I'm going to come on over and do the left-hand side. Well, what can I do about this? Is there anything I can do with this?
Change your tangent.
Yeah, let's change our tangent into a sine of x over a cosine of x, right? And what about my secant?
Secant.
1 over cosine.
I think I'm almost there, don't you?
Yeah, just multiply.
Multiply. So then I get a 2 sine of x over a cosine squared of x. And we actually did it a little bit easier than the book did. Because the book then wanted to change this into what we had here. We did both sides and it actually became an easier problem, didn't it? Yeah. Sideways thumb. Thumbs up. Kind of up. Down. Okay. All right, you guys ready to turn the page? I'll wait for you, Lauren. No, I am so happy to just take our time,
You
okay?
can use theta instead of x, right?
I like theta better than x, I really do. Okay, turn the page. Alright, what are we going to do here? Well, what do you think? Any ideas?
Look on the right side.
Okay, you want to go the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side, what do you want to do?
You can't do 1 over cosine.
So we got a 1 over cosine of x plus what?
I think it's just sine over cosine.
Sine of x over cosine of x, right? My equals there, erase that one, okay?
You said you don't.
Yeah, I sure can. Okay, so here's what you guys suggest. I think it's a great idea. I think I got a great suggestion. 1 over cosine, okay, I agree with that. Sine over cosine, I agree with that.
Can you do your left side yet?
Well, there's not much we can do with that. But there is something we can do here. Okay, so just add them. Do they have a common denominator? Heck yeah, they have a common denominator. What's the common denominator? Cosine of x, right? And then we'd have a 1 plus a sine of x, okay? Okay, they're not the same yet. There's several ways to do this. Actually, Will had a really great idea that maybe Will remember what he said. Hey, how if we cross multiply, we might get something to work, right? So I think Will's got a brilliant idea. If we cross multiply, let's see what we get. Because it said do algebra. All we're doing is algebra. You guys agree? So I do some algebra. I get a cosine times a cosine or a cosine squared of x, right? Cosine times a cosine is equal to a 1 minus sine of x times a 1 plus a sine of x. Okay, how am I doing? Will, I liked your suggestion. I really do. So we're doing this a little differently than the book is doing too. So there's many ways to do these. All we got to do is get this to look exactly like this. Okay, now what?
That's just 1 minus
Yep. So if you FOIL, you get your 1. You'll get your sine and your minus sign. See how those are going to cancel? So we'll get a positive sign, a negative sign, right? Those cancel. So then we get a minus sine squared of x. Guess what? What is 1 minus sine squared? I don't know. We look it up. Actually, I do know what it is, but you know. So 1 minus sine squared is a... So guess what? Cosine squared of x is equal to a cosine squared of x. There you go. Bam. The book does it differently. The book will multiply this by 1 over sine, 1 minus sine over 1 minus sine. But I like the way we did it. Much better. Okay, so what do we got? 31 to 43 odd, all right? Do you want to do them with me?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want a small, like, cell phone break? Real quick, huh? Take your 5 minutes to check, and then we're going to do them together, okay? Is that a deal? So let me load this up.